So I made this tweet earlier because Mark mentioned that like these were some of the games that came out when he was 14, right? Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars is actually one of the greatest games of all time for me. Like for me, in my opinion, this is one of the greatest Mario games ever, and the chances of it ever happening again, slim to fucking none. So this is absolutely one of the greatest games I've ever played. I love it. It may be nostalgia, you know, because it has been a few years, but I fucking love this game. Right? Like, that game had no flaw. You hear me? Thank you. Thank you. But this was one of those games, right? So I'm like, all right, well, we already know Markman knows what the fuck he's talking about, right? Resident Evil, the OG. Now, I know a lot of people got a chance to play that new and improved, the remake and whatnot, etc., etc. But you know how you know this is the legit version? Because it's the long box fucking PlayStation cover. The OG original PlayStation had these big ass VHS size boxes, and that's what Resident Evil came in. So that's what you was looking at. And look at this cover. What the hell is up with Chris's face? Like, he don't even really have a face. That looks like an amalgamation of multiple faces just put on the cover, like on with some spiders and some shit. I feel like a 16-year-old made this that worked at Hot Topic and just learned how to use Photoshop.
Oh my God.
Either way, standing in some type of cathedral, or I don't know. What the fuck is this, like crows or something? Like behind them? What the fuck is that? Anyways, but Resident Evil also. And then, of course, my first Tekken game. My first Tekken game that I owned, Tekken 2, right? And if you look at it, like, that's from the actual instruction book right here. That's OG from the book. Like, that's originally, like, from, like, the original artwork. Yo, I gotta run this one back. Hold up. And then Super Mario 64, another one of like the godlike title Mario games, right? I need to get the Switch versions. I need to get the Switch versions before they take them off shelves, apparently. I really need to get that. I'm probably gonna get it off Amazon within the next few days, actually. I made my list, right? And which is very small. It's not really like a big list, but some of the games on my list, obviously Metal Gear Solid, which if you haven't played Metal Gear Solid, I think Eris was just playing this shit not too long ago. And I don't know if he had ever played the game before, but that would still be a tragedy, one. And two, like, this is one of the first games I played with my little brother. I'm peeling a little mandarin, by the way. It's one of the first games I played with my little brother. And it's like one of the first games I was like truly so caught up in that I didn't it was one of those first games that I was like, damn, I want to play more games like this that tell a story this well and that has this kind of gameplay, and like made me feel like that involved. So Metal Gear Solid is definitely like one of the GOATs, no matter what. This is definitely a Michael Jordan of his time right here. This game right here, man, this motherfucker was crazy. And then, of course, also, man, I have a lot of fond memories of this game with me and my little brother playing this game together, and not knowing how to run and shoot at the same time, which was one of the most crazy shit in the world, because you had the whole, like, all four top buttons, right? You had to hold all four top buttons to, like, fucking run and shoot at the same time. Or maybe that was just me, but that shit felt like it was pretty hard. Am I tripping? Am I crazy? But this game, bro, man, I remember I made another tweet earlier, and I was talking about Funko Land and how old I am. This was one of the games that I remember getting from Funko Land, because I remember, and this is what made me want to work at a game store, which is crazy. I legit had been waiting on this game to come out. I'm like, man, because they had it at the tilt. And I was like, fuck. And on top of that, the fucking art was ridiculous. The presentation of Street Fighter Alpha 3 in the arcade was fucking ridiculous. This is one of the games I saved up money to buy. So I'm calling up to like Funko Land. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get this Street Fighter Alpha 3. And the dude who works there was like, that doesn't come out for months. I was like, bro, check your release, man. Like, it's supposed to be there. And he was like, nah, man, we don't have it. I'm like, are you fucking serious, bro? Like, this dude trying to tell me I don't do shit but read books, trying to find out when this shit come out. And I know that this is when it drops, right? Not like the street release date, but the actual date. It probably was a street release date. That's probably why he was being a bitch about it, now that I think about it. So I go up there in person. And it's like, I'm like, yo, can I get Street Fighter Alpha 3? And the dude's like, oh, yeah, man, we just got it in. Gives it. I'm like, all right, man, thanks. And, like, I played the fuck out of this game. And I had to play the fuck out of it, because to unlock Shin Akuma, you had to beat him in World Tour mode. And World Tour mode is not an easy fucking task, one. I didn't have a memory card, so I actually left my PlayStation on when I went to school just so I can maintain my fucking world tour progress so I can fucking get Shanakun. Not having a memory card is like being 10 cents short at the bus stop. You damn right. You know, I don't know how many people talk about it, but like Metal Gear, one of the things that it did was when you fought Psycho Mantis, if you had other Konami games like Winning 11 or some shit on your memory card, he'd read it off your memory card. Like, I'm sure people talked about that, right? About how when you fought Psycho Mantis on PlayStation, he would read the other games on your memory card, and what he said was based off of what, like, games you had. So, like, if it wasn't any Konami games, he'd be like, nothing of interest. Bro, when he did that shit where you moved the controller with his mind, he's like, watch my power as I move the controller with my body. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. I don't know why they hyped me up so much, but I was like, this motherfucker is cheating. 14-year-old Steve was just staring at the controller like, what the fuck? I gotta beat this motherfucker. He gonna come out of the game if I don't beat him. How long did it take me to figure out? Bro, it took me like 2 days, bro. I went back to fight him. I was like, bro, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Yo, Psycho Mantis was going off. Psycho Mantis was actually going. Bro, if he didn't see other Konami games on the memory card, he'd be like, you must live a boring life. Nothing of interest. Some shit he says. It's some shit like that. Bro, do y'all hear this? Bro, this shit actually hits. Oh my God. Don't get DMCA'd. Dick Music Confiscation Association. This is Ridge Racer music. It's just extremely fucking good. Bro, I was fucking in love driving around in that goddamn game listening to this music. But anyways. Oh my God. So Metal Gear Solid Alpha 3 and motherfucking Tekken 3, bro. So the thing about Tekken 3, when it came out on PlayStation, the OG PlayStation, this is when they switched to the smaller jewel cases, and the graphic on the front where the name Tekken and 3, it was holographic. And I didn't even get it first. My homie got it first, and he brought it to school, and I was just staring at it like, Jesus Christ. Dude, I still remember going to the arcade and seeing like Tekken 3. Like, I remember walking in the arcade, because it was at downtown. It was at Union Station. I remember I used to go, one of the places I used to go to play Tekken competitively was Union Station, right? And that was one of the first places I ever went. Like, I don't even think those people were any kind of good, but that was the first place that I had saw it, right? And by like saw it, I meant Tekken 3. I've had seen Tekken Tag before and everything else, but I had seen Tekken before, just not Tekken 3. And the first thing I do, I walk up and I see like fucking Hwoarang doing like the N Buddha, like that shit, and I'm just like standing there all like. But yeah, man, like I remember walking in an arcade and seeing this shit and like screaming. Then they showing Eddie, like that shit was sick. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Do you guys know what I'm talking about, or do I just sound like a crazy old guy ranting? I'm gonna show it to y'all once I'm done with this, just so y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. And then of course, the inspiration for the music today, right, is this shit. Bro, this game is crazy good. Like before, like you really cared about car damage and just like grooving on some like futuristic car shit, on some like realistic type of futuristic car shit, it was Ridge Racer. The soundtracks are too fucking good.